Longhorn economy, and yeah, so let's get started here, guys. Okay, it looks like we have a component merchant, and we apparently are drifting out of our bed, which was not the intention. And we appear to be, wow, we are hungry, really hungry. So let's eat a kelp crisp, and let's get started. We have some work to do, guys. We're gonna go ahead and jump on here so that we can see. As you can see, we do have our salvage. We need to strip out. Well, we need to break it down first of all, and also strip out what we need out of it. And then maybe we'll get lucky. And I wonder if this component merchant, they might. I don't know that they're going to have anything for us, but we could always check it out. Lately, I've been very not happy with the component merchants. They seem to never carry any money on hand, so it's kind of like a weird situation with those guys. Okay, this episode, what I'd like to do is get this station framed up, get some, definitely get some compartmentalization. We've got the materials down here to get this station framed up at least. I'd also like to get some, get the vertical thrusters set up. And I'd like to get them centered on these posts. I want these posts to be like our thruster posts, which means that we're going to need to establish something up on top here, I think. I know I wanted to make this so that it was a connectable place for a larger ship, and I absolutely do want to do that. However, I also want to have thruster capability lined up with this pylon here as well. But we're going to be mindful of, you know, any potential ship that we're going to have docked to that. So, but I do want to get a vertical thruster at least on all of those posts. So we've got a lot of work to do, guys, and let's get started with what we need to do. And I want to get stuff welded up too. We got our thruster here. I think it's important that we go ahead and make sure we get all these things set up. We got this yet to set up and pipe up. And yeah, so if we see a salvage out there, we're definitely going to check it out if something pops up and encounters something, because, you know, we kind of need it. I can't say it enough. We kind of need it. I believe that salvage there was this one, so we're going to go ahead and take it off the marker. We don't need it. We're up here. And let's see here. I'm trying to think. I thought... Wait a minute. Oh, I thought we were closer to the mother lode. Huh. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to run up to the mother lode and get some ice. Because I wanted to get closer to the mother lode. That way we could pull ice, and then while the ice is processing, we can go ahead and be doing our stripping it down of this thing here. So let's go ahead and jump up here and get some more ice. Let's turn our headlights on so we can see what we're doing when we get up here. Not that it really matters, and then we'll just go ahead and get started. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking, guys. I'm thinking we're gonna try to get this thing up a little closer, and then that way we can be doing this in between scrapping that that ship. Alright. Yeah, because we're still 2 clicks away. I mean, I know I thought it was close enough, but no. Because here's the thing, if we're right up next to it, then it's protecting our back. And then there's less of a chance of something unfortunate happening, so. Oh yeah, that's right. I almost forgot. We did set up this, send a signal, forget that, I'm not boarding. Uh-oh. Are we drifting? We are drifting. Ah. Oh, that's just because of the weight. Alright, so let's go ahead and hop inside. Let's set up our thrusters, and the other thing we can do is hopefully, if we get close enough, well, with this stuff we should be able to get our other landing feet in place, and then we can dock to it. Alright, let's go ahead and turn on our stuff. We are currently at 2, which is not very promising, I know. Yep. Well, you're loud. Alright. Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah, we're not going anywhere. We just don't have the fuel. Look, we're at 1%. Yep. Let's check to see what our status is on our tanks. I want to see if anything's fueling up. Let's see. Yeah, see, I don't have... Yeah, we're not... The hydrogen tanks aren't fueling. That's the problem. That's a problem. Probably a piping issue. Never an end to all the work we have to do on this thing. The good news is we got a little bit more juice to work with. That's good. Alright, let's go down to the engineering deck. Yep, And our big giant heavy things. Yeah, see. We're not connected, we're not piped in. That's a problem. That's a big problem. Because the ice that we just dropped off in here is not even available. So that's not making me very happy. I'm seriously not happy about that. But you know what? We're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna zip up here. And we're gonna drop this off in here. And we're gonna swap it out. And apparently we're still drifting. Probably because of the mass of that heavy ship underneath us. But that's okay. We're gonna get to work on this. Well, let's see here. Yeah, I got another 81. Alright, so hopefully... See, this is the problem. Oh, we have thrusters up here that are even on. That's probably part of the problem. Alright, let's, we're gonna use this to access... That's why we're drifting. We wouldn't be drifting if we didn't have that one thruster on. So there's a thruster that's not on our group. Let's find it, add it, and turn it off. Let's see, where are we at? Okay, there's one hydrogen thruster there. Alright, I'm looking. We're watching for the... Aha! There's two of them. Oh, there's more than two. Alright. Off. 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 Okay, what is still on? Alright, let's see what's still on. Ah, it's for crazy. Alright, so let's go on. Close it up. Alright, so on, off. Now we're really not drifting. And that's good. And it's filling now too, which is good too. Alright. Now everything is working the way I want it to work. And that's good. Alright. Did I just vent the entire... No, I didn't. Just the room. Okay. Cool. Alright, now back to work. Now, while that's busy doing its thing, let's go ahead. We got those things there. We got a battery there, which we're going to leave. An H2O2 gen. Do we really need another H2O2 gen? That's the question. If we do, it would make it a lot faster. So yeah, we're going to salvage that. Let's see here. Anything else that we want to salvage before we shred this thing down? We'll take you out of there. I mean, there's still a few things. Ah, a door. Yes, we'll take a door. We can always use another door. Always use those doors for stuff. Okay, so now we got... Alright, 3 doors. Nice. Okay, we got ourselves 3 doors and an H2O2. Alright. Okay, I think we got everything out of here we want. So we're going to rotate in place. We're going to come up here and we're going to... I know that we usually put stuff up here, but our warehouse is pretty dang full. So we're going to come over here and we'll drop some stuff here. So let's doors. Unable to place it. Oh, because of the solar panel, or because of the thing above it, I bet. Alright. And then... yeah, that'll be it for that. And then we'll do the H2O2 gen downstairs. And I have it on this dusty black. It doesn't really matter what color it is, because it's just you know, it's just to get it over here and get it in place. Alright, so that's all the salvage. So the rest of the stuff is just going to be grind it and make it happen. Oh, wait, you know what? We got to drop these, we want to drop off this stuff here, and what we're going to do is we're grind it, and then we'll go through and we'll weld what we can from what we grind. So let's go ahead and drop off this little bit of ice that we have here, and then we're going to get started on this. The other thing I was thinking is that I think it might be a good idea to compartmentalize this place with all these doors. And you know, the reason why I was thinking that is because if we did that, now we don't necessarily have to use those exact doors, but the thought is that if we do that, we can be able to pressurize one section at a time as we work on building it, and just kind of work out a modularity to it. And so I was thinking that that might be a smart thing to do. So that being said, we don't need to have this area here like this. We can close this off, and then we can expand this area out over to about right here. And if we did that, and then we covered this part, we could move this door to right here and pressurize it. You know, maybe put the door right here and pressurize it so that this area is all sealed up, and then we can go from there. And that's what I think I want to do. So but I think right now the primary goal we really should do is get some grinding done. I want to get some grinding done. We're gonna bounce back and forth, because you know, that's how I roll. That's how I do it. I bounce back and forth over and over again. It's just, I don't know, I'm just funny that way, and that's okay, you know. So let's see here. Alright, now let's see, where do we want to start? Let's start on this end. Yeah. This is where having a really nice tool comes in real handy. I mean, it would be nice. Hey, thanks for joining. It would be nice if I had a grinder ship, but you know, we haven't found any place to get one, so we're just working with what we got here, guys. Hopefully we can get a surface capable or any kind of vehicle that we can convert to surface. You know, we just need to find a vehicle, honestly. That's just basically it. I mean, a grinder ship would be great, because then we could be able to use that to get some other things taken care of, but like fuel. Alright, let's go ahead and jump over here and see what we can be welding up. Let's see. Alright, there's that. Let's see, are these guys all welded? Alright, we'll get you, okay. Let's see if I'm going to hit all these salvages and make sure they all have full welds too. Okay. Because, I mean, obviously if we're going to do that. Alright, so that's in place there. Let's go ahead and jump up here. Alright, get some good stuff done on you. Alright. Yeah, these are all good to go in here. Alright, let's go ahead and walk inside here and see if there's anything inside here that needs to be welded with what we got. I don't think so. I think we're pretty good. Nope, we're good that way. Okay. Yeah, I think we're, well, we do have you. Yeah, they're motors. They got motor issues. They have motor issues, and I'm on purposely keeping these from being messed with because, well, we don't need to attract any attention. That would be counterproductive to our lives at the moment.
Low.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so I think we've got everything welded up, so now it's just a matter of components and then building up what we're at. So we're just going to go ahead and start dumping this stuff in here then. Alright, let's see. I'm thinking about what we're going to do next. I think we'll do pipes up to where the ceiling's going to be and those thrusters, but then I don't know. Well, we are going to move the thrusters to the pillars, so maybe we should move the pillars up.
Energy critical.
Yeah, that might be a good idea, actually. You know, these pillars, they go up from here. Oh, wait. Well, didn't see that out there. Alright, do you have any connections? Yeah, you just need motors. Motors have been kind of the thing we've needed forever. Actually, you know what? We're just going to dump these in here. And then we're going to zip over here, and you know, we need to get a recharge station set up too on every deck and every section. That way we can do this and not have to worry about trying to run through the entire station just to do this. Because this is mildly annoying, honestly. Okay, so going up to the upper deck. We come up here. How are we gonna... we're gonna make a battery out of this, but for now, I think we're gonna have to use one of my striped placements. And I think we get up to here. And yeah, we're gonna make a passage turn to the right, and then we'll have it turn again, and this is where we'll have our we'll have our connection here. We'll do those sliding door deals, and we'll come out to here, and then that should allow us to have this area set up for you know, some basic stuff, and then we'll come over here, and this will be like the residential area up here where people can do stuff, and then we'll have docking bays up above it. And over here is the garden and atrium. So we're gonna definitely need to do something about putting up our glass here. Let's see here. These thrusters are gonna get moved, which means I am going to need to put a thruster on. Let's see, that's straight up right here. Have to be a thruster here. So actually what I should do is actually, well, I was going to put a GAT over here, and we do want to put a weapon system, but I think I'm going to move this to a different location. Yeah. Think maybe, because I was thinking, well, maybe we want the GATs to be on the corners over here. Maybe do weapons on this side, and then keep the weapons like I had originally planned on this side here. Yeah, I think that would be good. Do side-mounted weapons, that way we've got a good arc of fire down and around, but we also do need to make a weapon systems for the center middle and then the center lower, and that's where we'll use these smaller weapon systems too. So okay, we need motors. I don't know, I think we don't have a lot of motors in here, honestly. Alright, so I got kind of an idea what I want to do here, how we're gonna tackle this. Yeah, so this is basically just going to be clearing it out. A grinder pit would be great right about now, but unfortunately we do not have a grinder pit set up. Which we might want to consider, since this appears to be how we're going to be doing this series, because we still have not found a accessible, I'm going to say accessible because we found it, it's just not accessible, an accessible place to get our stuff done. Alright, make sure that's all good welds. Alright, so these are going to get run up. So right here is where we're going to have to run the pipes. Do we have any? Yeah, we do. So, yeah, I don't think so. I want the gray to be for that, so there we go. And we'll run these pipes up to the height of the atrium. Nope. There's one to here, and then to here. Okay, and the atrium is going to go all the way up, and then actually we're going to probably want this to be a connector. So let's do this right here, because we're going to make the ceiling kind of curve right up here, and then it'll come across over there. It's going to be all one big setup like that. And then let's see here, we do that, and that's going to provide for this. Let's see, and then while we're right here, for this here we're also going to need to do I think for this I want to go with some, I'm going to do something a little bit different. This is what I want to do, guys. Okay, give me 1 second, guys, because I need to sip this. A little seltzer to help me. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. First of all, we need a For the upper end of all of these, we need the same number of thrusters. Oh, let's see here. We need, we're doing 2 to a side. So we could actually take this thruster here, off of there.
Inventory full.
Yeah, I know, inventory full. Put that right here. Of course, this is going to really mess with our whole thing, but that's okay. Alright, so then we're going to come down here. Alright, now we're going to do this. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to take the, I'm going to take this one here, first of all. And this,
Inventory full.
yep, you're coming off of here and you're going on top of it. Now we can always, as we build on this, we can always just, I designed this so that it could be constantly moved up. We're going to go ahead and just finish that off. It ain't going to have power right now anyway, so that's fine. And actually, you know what we probably should do? We should probably dump these out, but oh well. Alright, so there's that one. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3. This one here will get moved over there once we get the pipes up and everything. So then over on this side here, we want a connector here. In this case, however, yeah. How high up are we? Are we high enough for that? Yeah, we are.
Energy
Okay,
low.
good. So this is going to be the spot for that. And we'll just put the thruster on there too, but right now we kind of need to have some steel plates and stuff for that. So let's go ahead and just dump this stuff off and go grab some more materials. We do have those 4 thrusters there, but those are dog-eared for somewhere else. Although, you know what we could do? We actually have the materials to make this work, so let's do this. It's silly to go down there and just go grinding when we could need to do something and we get it done right here. So we'll dump that in there. Yep, I figured you were going to do that, but that's okay. We'll find those things somewhere. Okay, let's see here. This one here, that's the one we want. Okay, so that one's going to come over here, and that's going to go right there. Okay. Yeah, this works nicely. I like this. And we're actually gonna put some, I want to put some stuff around it too, so we'll make sure that we tie it in with the bottom portion. Get some stripes and some other stuff going on. Let's see here. I like the pipe option on that other one. Let's see, and in here, this one here is the next one.
Critical.
Of course, it's critical because now we got to go back into the hole and get recharged. I like to get these pylons lined up. It's kind of, I don't know. I feel like it's the aesthetic of it too. So let's go ahead and jump down here. I see some stuff that needs welding. Let's go get some more. Let's pick some other spots here to dig at. Oh, these are good ones. I know there's something to be said about being methodical about this, but honestly, I don't like being methodical. I just like to be haphazard, keep it interesting as I'm rolling along, you know? And I am actually looking, I'm looking for anything that has some sort of like
Inventory full.
motors, because we kind of need those things. We are so short on motors, it's just horrible. It's simply horrible. Okay, so for this one here, we're not going to do pipes. We're going to run this one up straight up with a reinforced conveying tube because, well, that's how we roll. And let's see, one more here. Yeah, I think we need to go one more up from there, which will make this a regular conveyor cap. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get that set up. Again, motors. Oh gosh, I almost want to go over to that stupid... Oh, wait. Something new. Well, we're not doing piracy, so it really doesn't matter, I guess. But we could go to the component merchant, see if we got something that they'll buy, but they never seem to have any money. And we can't really do anything because they're not cooperative that way, so... And we're going to switch over to white because that is the color we're using for these. I kind of want to do, instead of doing armor blocks, I kind of want to do these. I kind of like that, actually. And then, let's see. Now, whenever I like to do what I like to call a filler block like this, where this is going to be, I have an intention for this, I like to put it in the stripes. I don't know why, I just feel like that's your alert location, you know, like that's where things are going to happen. In this case, we want to stick a battery there. Okay. So we need steel plates, huh? Alright, no problem.
Inventory full.
Wow, those heavy plates are something else. Alright, so let's see here. Let's get this side done here. Actually, we're going to do that as a battery stack. So let's go ahead and do that there like that. And then what we're going to do is we'll change it back to the white and get that set. Okay, we're good that way. Okay, so I'm thinking come up here, rotate, you know, you come up here, it's going to be a turn, and then we're going to go here, another turn, and then there's your 2 points for the doors, or actually we'll do one door. How do we do this? I mean, we come up here and we turn, and where are the doors gonna go? I guess the doors can go here and one right here. or actually just 2 sliding doors would work. Right here, and then that way you have access to that area. And then this area just says, we'll just have this area be something else, maybe? Actually, you know what? A viewing area is going to be right here. And so, yeah, see, we already got that there. But this could be a turn on it. But I like the idea of the viewing area being down here. So up here we should have passage turns. And then, oh wait, actually, you know what we could do? Oh, I have an idea. Okay. So let's set up these passages here. And so my thought is that first of all, we're going to want a passage with a light. And then yeah.
Meteor storm inbound.
Passage with a light there. And then we have our corner here. And then we got our T intersection. And the T intersection here will allow for glass on that side. And we'll go X intersection here because over here we'll put something else. And then we could put something there. Actually, no, that's going to be, we're going to have to seal that off with a block because we're going to do, let's do this kind of door here. I like the idea of this center slide door, which is kind of really cool, I think. And I'm thinking doing that in place of the other door. So we'll go ahead and use those. Both of those will replace the other door. And then we'll slap a light armor block here as a fill in there. And here we can put in, I think there, I saw a one of those button thingies, and we'll make that into something else. Yeah, there it is right there. And we'll make this a terminal location right up here. So let's go ahead and throw that into automation, and we'll go to that right there. Yeah, that actually is a really cool idea, but I think we're gonna go with this right here. Alright, so let's go ahead and get that welded up, that welded up, that welded up. Alright, and that's going to come down here, and we're going to grind these off here. Because both of these doors are now being used as doors. I don't have to do that, but I like to do that. You know, conversion. Alright, and then here we have our, so here we're going to come up, we're going to come over. We're going to walk here, we have our view of the whatever. And then we walk over here, we have a view of the atrium, and then we have this little display box here. We go through the doors, and then here's the residential area, the sleeping areas. We have a view down below of what's going on down in the atrium. That's really nice, I like that. Okay, so there is another thing I want to do too, and that is over here. I want to include a few things. I want to do, let's see. I want to try a few of these new blocks. They have these new vivarium blocks, and I really want to see if I can pull one of these off. Wow.
No energy.
Ah, shoot. Okay. Or we'll have no energy and be in trouble. Alright, so let's do this again. What are we missing? Ah, interior plates. It's silly for us not to do that, so we're going to go down and get this. We're going to have that there, and we'll do another one right here. Alright, so those will be our vivarium locations. Oh, let's see here. Interior plates. I want to start from down here. Plenty of locations for those.
Inventory full.
Okay. Back up we go. Motors again. Always the motors. I swear. We just can't win for losing with those motors, that's for sure. Got one there. Now what's the difference? A small corner vivarium. Oh. I see. We could put that one right there. And if we did that, it would definitely hide that. So that's not necessarily the best place for that, but we could put it here, which is actually really nice because that dodges that. So let's put that here. I like these little vivariums. These are so cool. So this one here, we're going to put here like that. And then we're not going to do a large one. We're going to do not a large corner. We're going to do a small vivarium right here. Alright, cool. So we have these vivariums in place. Those are going to look really cool. Let's go ahead and get our plots in place. Now we do need to have an irrigation in here somewhere, somehow. And so that is something that we're going to need to figure out how to do. But at least for now, we can get our plots in place. We can't really get to this one with this vivarium here, can we? Oh, well that sucks. Alright. Actually... yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna have to put that there. That's okay. I mean, we can't get to it. We gotta have our walkway. Here we can get to that at least, and that at least. Here we can get to all of these. We could put something here, but I really don't know if I can get to that. Can I get to that to weld it if I do that? Yeah, see, I can't get to that. Unless I access it through a different method. Unless on this side here... Okay, you know what we could do on this side right here? We could put a door here which would access that, and we could actually square that out. And we could put a put a block up here. And we could leave that accessible to there. And then that would have like, have like a door right here. But we wouldn't do, we just do like a half door. We still have to tear down one of our doors, but I think it would look a lot cooler than, yeah, like this kind of door right here. Yeah, I like that. And then we can do that. We can set up another vivarium here, and then that would give us a couple of trees as a backdrop, which I kind of really like. So let's do that. Yeah. But if we do that, I want to be able to, we'll do the corner one, that way we don't see what's back there. Yeah, that works out nicely. I like that. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and run over here, and let's go get our door sorted here. Alright, so this is the door here. Oh, nope. Off. Hope that didn't mess up anything, because you know how things are when suddenly there's gravity. Because, like, oh, look, gravity, let's do this, and then bam. Okay, so let's grab this, and we'll use these components for this. Alright, cool. So there's our gravity access area. Okay, what do we got here? We got anything we can... Yeah, we can use some of these. Alright, so let's go back through here. Oops. And let's go up here. And we'll go up here again. And let's get the rest of this done here. Okay, so this area up here we're going to need to do something with. I don't know if I want to have like a This might be actually a good spot to put a light. Do you like a light that shines down? Yeah, I like that. Let's go do a light that shines down. And then on this side here, now this part here will cover up. What we should probably do, honestly, is just cover it with some basic steel plating until we actually work on it, just so that things stay sealed up once we do it. Let me see, is there anywhere else that's like that? Yeah, right here. Well, actually, you know what we should do with this? You know what'd be really kind of cool on this thing here is to run... well... You know, I'm thinking this should be one of those things where we have some sort of conduit. There's a conduit. Here we are. Here's conduit. Neon tubes. Okay, let's do a conduit piping. And let's see, do we have something that's like a T intersection? That works. Let's do that. And then... No. Well, actually... And then...
Energy low.
Like that. There we go. Now we got access to the two things. They're going inside there. And since those are pipes, we should be doing those in gray as well. Because all the pipes in this station are gray. No, the pipes. There we go. There. Now, see, that's much, much better. Okay. I see we're still drifting. Alright, so that just leaves this part here, and oh, we just use something like this. And this will do the trick. Alright, so that sections off this area here. And then on this side here, we just need to have some windows. Do we have girders? We do. So let's go ahead and get some windows in place. And I think, actually, you know what might be kind of cool is if we just did a giant window. Like just one really, really big one. That covered all of it right there. Yeah, why not? And then that covers all the window there that's necessary. Yeah, I like that. That works out nicely. We can do the same thing on this side, actually.
Energy critical.
So we might as well do that too while we're at it. Let's get the window in place. 1, 2, and on this side here. Okay, so we can't do it, oh, because of that, right? Ah, okay. Huh. Okay. So that's interesting. So there's no... Oh, okay. So if that's the case, then let's do something interestingly different. Let's go with... I mean, it's not... I mean, we can do... Well, we're going to do a post there, and that'll be adjusted out. So really, I don't know how we're going to do that side of things, so we'll have to figure that part out. Let's see here. Now let's get the other part here. I want to do a curved piece. There.
No energy.
Up, here we go again. No energy. I got a big problem with this.
Low health.
Yes, I'm low health. I'm low energy because you keep toasting me. Suit lady, good gravy. Alright, let's turn over here and get some health. I know we've been turning this into a station building episode instead of a scrapping episode like I thought I was going to do, but I might scrap a good portion of that ship and just put it all in the containers over like one off-screen, you know, kind of off-camera thing, just so you guys don't have to, you know, deal with that. I know it's not that exciting, but we'll see how it goes. How about that? Yeah, we're still adrift. I don't know why we're drifting like that. But we apparently are drifting. Okay, so so here is where it's going to come up that way, right in front there. So this is where we're going to do the curve, like that. Yeah, because we're going to have, well, actually, no. Because the turrets, they're going to come off the side, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Right now we have it lined up like that, so that'll do just fine for now. And then back to the... And then there we go. And we got that like that, and then... And this we can actually just take around like that. Okay, I don't want... There we go. Yeah. And then go with the flat again. But we'll do... Nope, we want the big flat. There we go. And then this side here, it's going to be probably the wrong size. Yeah, it's too big. It's okay though. We'll go like this. Alright, there we go. So that's in place like that. And then we go over here to our steel plate. Oh, actually, you know what would be really cool? Is if we ran a bunch of lights across the top. So let's do that. Let's set up a bunch of lights that point out into the atrium. And there we go. Okay, so now we just need to figure out the situation in this corner here and how this is going to play out. I'm thinking probably going to do, because we want to be able to set up weapon systems to protect the station on this corner as well, but we don't want to mess with the atrium too much either. So I'm thinking a reinforced conveyor line straight up to here. Cap it off here with a steel plate. And then have a weapon system coming out the front. And then if we do that, then we're going to have a space here available. Okay, you are definitely drifting, dude. What in the world is going on? Yeah, look at this. This is all drifting. Yeah. Alright. It's drifting towards the planet slowly. Well, this changes the calculus of things. We need to get grinding. Yeah, there's no way around it, guys. We've got to get this thing going.
Inventory full.
So we're going to start doing some grinding. We're going to pause on the atrium work and just get to doing some grinding. I love these heavy metal blocks and the fact that they have so much good stuff, especially in the form of the grids, but they're so time consuming.
Inventory full.
I think once we get the bulk of this wreck off of here, I think it's going to be so much better. All right. Alright, we're getting some good stuff cut up here. So we're going to spend a little bit of time here We'll be wrapping up this episode here pretty soon, but for now, I just want to be able to get this thing,
Energy low.
get some more work done on this thing, and I get sidetracked with stuff like the atrium and things like that, but I think it'll be really good once we get it set up. But right now the goal here is to get this, is once we get enough of this material, once we actually find a place where we can actually go and do some business, it's going to be great. We're going to have so much components. We'll be able to knock out so many contracts literally from the get-go, because we'll have so many components on hand from all this salvage. Be able to do some good sales, and it'll work out really, really well, I think. The problem is just being able to get that done, you know, find that station out there. Of course, a lot of this material too will be sucked up when we do our construction projects. I mean, if you think about it, just the components needed to be able to do like just the atrium is crazy. So let's see here, we got everything. Okay, that's all welded. I gotta go over here and charge up anyway, so ow. So let's go ahead and run over here and get charged up. Alright, let's go ahead and run in here. Get that, hit that. Oh, I didn't check to see if those things needed something. Yeah, those are girders. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing we can do here, so we're gonna go ahead and run this over here. Okay, let's go dump these in here since this is convenient. Back to work we go. Back down to grinding up stuff. Uh-oh, looks like we're losing a piece. Keep losing pieces. Alright, let's dive back into it again. All right. Okay, we're gonna wrap up this grind here, and then Alright guys, well I think we're gonna go ahead and call this an episode. We got a little bit of work done. We got a basic outline idea for the atrium, found some of those new blocks out, and we're gonna have some trees in there, which is gonna be really nice. We did manage to get the stairwell access to the residential area all taken care of. We just have a few things we need to weld up on that, which we are going to do right now. While I'm thinking about it. A little too far. And let's jump in here. We've got the materials now, I'm pretty sure. Get a good chunk of this, although motors are our constant nemesis in this. All right. So here we are. We got this set up. We got the capability to look out onto the atrium from here, which will be really kind of cool. We got another lookout here. We can also see out into space once we get the two side windows in place. We got to get the glass together though, and that's going to be another challenge that we're going to have to deal with. We got our play setters in place. That worked out really nicely. We do need to get our toilet fixed so that we have somewhere here to go and toilet and shower and stuff. A random place for that. We have our seeing out area up here too. Come on down here, and then we do need to expand on that, so we have a lot to do yet. But for now we're gonna go ahead and call this an episode. let's go ahead and hop in here where we like to go. We're going to go ahead and call it a good one. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you again next time on Space Engineers Epsilon Economy. Bye.